Hello, everybody. Good morning or afternoon. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the Lotro Twitch channel. I'm your host, Little Redhead, and today we'll be doing some spring festival. Now, okay, so here's a thing, is that the OBS, which is how I come to you magically, updated. So hopefully everything is working properly. I did a little test, everything seemed fine, but do give a holler if anything seems off this time. Things should be good, but you know, technology. When it changes, it doesn't always tell you everything it did. So hopefully we got it all good and sorted out. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see. I think the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to Wenda here because I am a VIP, and so I do use the VIP subscription services, and they're super handy. Sorry. And I have like 3 days left on that. So I'm going to go ahead and top that up. So I talked to her,
What can I do
and
for
then I
you?
talked to her again to turn in the quest, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that business. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. We're just going to pop that down. Yeah. So there was a weird little glitch that happened when we transferred. So most of my characters, well, so all of my characters transferred over from somewhere else because they were all on the 32-bit servers, and we moved over to the 64-bit servers before they closed the 32s, right? So all of my characters, I had done this where I had talked to Wenda and I had picked up the new little bauble that gives me the subscriber town services. But then when I transferred, I had that bauble in my inventory, and it did this funny little glitch where it's it expires in 200 months. So I keep that one on my bar and I use it all the time. But every time I talk to Wenda, she gives me a new one that's good for 2 weeks. Well, I don't need the 2 week one. So we're gonna go ahead and toss the old ones out. But we're gonna keep the one that lasts for 200 months. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have because I hadn't done it like that day on most characters. Most of my characters, I had done it somewhere in the last week or so, so I still had the thing. But I didn't re-up my Wenda like right before I left. So I didn't have the subscribers jug in my inventory. What turns out though is if you did have that in your inventory when you transferred, it also is good for like 200 months. So you just keep that and just click on that every so often, and you know because it does run out every 2 weeks. So you just have to click it and re-up it though. It's kind of funny. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do real quick is I want to go ahead and grab my silver Hobbit present. Oh, a tome of tracking. Okay, so I'm a hunter. So I don't use a tome of tracking. Now I could give it to an alt, but I will tell you a number of times I've used a tome of tracking on an alt is, it might not be zero because I think I tried it one time because I was curious what it would do. And that was it. I'm okay without using that ever again. Oh, you know what? I'm going to grab a cat. Bring out my cat. Oh, my cat's name is Meowin. Meowin. All right. So I think what I want to do is I want to go to the festival. So the question is, do we want to start in Clegur, or do we want to start in Bree? Because what I have been doing is there's 8 quests in Clegur, so I go ahead and I do the 8 that are there, and then I finish off in Bree. Oh, it just occurred to me, I started this. I should have checked on this yesterday. I apologize. I started on it a couple of days ago and just never completed it because I got busy with other things. So I'm in the middle with this character. So I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to go to Clegur. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. I have been going to, let me see, where's my house? You know what?
What can I do for you?
So this will take me to Bree, but I want to go to like somewhere in Swanfleet or Cardalon. So this, oops, not what I was looking for. Hey, let me collapse that. So if I want to go to, let's say, Swanfleet, which is listed here, Mossward is an option. So I will travel to Mossward. And this is kind of like the hub in Swanfleet. So then from here, I can take another trip. I did have another option at my house, but we showed that last week, and also mistakes were made. So I'm trying to get to Clegur. That's where I want to go. Yeah. So I could have used, there's a housing travel item that I have, housing teleport, and I could have used that to get me in the zone and then paid directly from there. So I would have only paid once instead of paying twice. I also could have gone to a mission stable master person. Yeah. Okay. So I don't recall where I was in this process. So let's just kind of review them real quick. Okay, I've got that. Looks like I don't have this, so let's grab that. Yeah, let's just do the rounds. Okay, do I have the lootist? Yes, I do. All right, let's grab this guy. We'll give him a flyer. Looks like I've collected some daffodils already, but yet there are some here to collect. So I'm going to go ahead and collect some daffodils because we are collecting daffodils and then we're going to put them in pots. So that'll be nice. Apparently I've already talked to the mayor because I have the banners to deal with from him. Now, have I talked to this lady? Apparently I have. All right, well, let's go over and see what's going on with her.
A fine day to you.
I'm picking up Flower Envy. Okay. Looks like I really just got started and didn't get very far. So that's fine. Well, you'll get to see kind of my route here. And I think what I'll do is we'll go through everything with Rose and Bloom here. And then I will switch over to one of my other characters after we've completed the festival with Rose. And then we can go through the whole thing again. Oh, I forgot to jump down. That's okay. We'll come at it from this way. And we'll do the whole run with a fresh character after I finish with Rose and show you what that looks like. So I have a bunch of characters that I am doing the landscape difficulty with. And for those characters, I've been trying to run through festival with them pretty much every day because the festival quests, when you are working on them, they are the level of your character. So they always give you a fair amount of experience, which is great. So, in fact, you can see with Rose here, so I've got this amount of blue bar on my, or that amount of amount of space yet to do. In order to level up, but I'm currently level 155. There's another reason why I wanted to do this on Rose because I don't do a lot of questing with her out in the world. And any questing that I do with her is often lower than her level. So I'm not getting experience. I'm not leveling her up. So it can be quite a while before I'm going to be at the point where I'm back to cap level with her. And most of the time, that's not a big deal, like whatever. But I want to be cap level with her on whatever server she's on, and that happens to be here, which is Mariadoc. Because I want to do missions with her, and I want to add on that layer of delvings, because when I do the missions, and so P4 brings over his character, and we do it together, and we can do, oh, hang on, I'm going to do a thing here. And then we get double experience towards the, towards the Legendary Items Reward track. Yeah, Casper just woke up. I just realized I want to, because I'm not role playing right now, so I want to switch up to, where's the whimsical, yeah. So we're gonna move in a whimsical fashion, which is fun because I love when I'm carrying a bucket. Watch how she walks. It's so funny. She does this kind of like little dance. Oh, and then I forgot to, hang on, put myself on speedier. Oh, it might not do it while I'm in the middle of the bucket. But then I'll have, yeah, I forgot to put my faster feet on. All right, there is a planter that we can place stuff in here, so we'll do that. There we go. So now look how fast we're skipping along. It's hilarious. All right, so we're going to go down and get another bucket of water. Luckily, there's not a line right now, which is great. Very happy about that. But yeah, there she goes doing her little dance. And we'll go around the corner. And we'll go splish splash. Oh, right. I was going to do that last. Oh, that's okay.
Me?
So before and I've been playing around with like kind of optimizing routes and such. Hi, Casper just came back. You're a sleepy boy, huh? Yeah, you go back to sleep? Okay. So one of the things that's part of that optimized route is when we get to that person I just did was to water and click on the things on the ground first and then click on her.
Is there something I can do?
Because then I can mount up and be ready to come do all of this. Oops, I'm behind the flowers. There we go. Yeah, this little area is difficult to get in and out of. So you have to hop over things, and hopefully you're good at hopping. I'm not always good at hopping, so it's a little complicated sometimes. All right, we're going back down for our last bucket of water. So yeah, so I've been using the festival. Oh, here we go. Now we're going to stand in line with everybody. So 2 buckets come out at a time. So 2 people will grab buckets, and then the 2 of us that are waiting in line will move up. So what I've been doing is I scooch up here because the 2 buckets come out kind of one after the other. So if I do like this, they get the first bucket and I get the second one. And it usually works out pretty so that everybody gets it a lot faster. Oh, another option you can do is do the watering from this side of the fence also. And then you're right already here next to this guy. Of course, you just run past him. It doesn't save you any time.
Oh, there. Hello, hello.
So interacting with him for his 3 quests.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, is I would come and then jump the fence there, which I think, I'm not sure if jumping beforehand saves me any time. Because, again, if I miss the jump, then I've not saved any time. But I do, from here, go ahead and get on a mount. And we're going this way now. I was going the other way around the house, but now I'm going this way around the house. I haven't quite figured out the perfect angle for this yet, though. We'll go around here up the hillside because I want to talk to the mayor again. So I'm going to do the first one and the last one and then the middle one. Now I'm looking at this and seeing I haven't talked to this lady, so let me give her a flyer. It looks like I have picked up the instruments. Okay, good. So now I gotta pop back up to the farm and give this guy a banner. And then I'm gonna pop back over here, let him know. He gives us the secret to having big carrots or tasty carrots. And then I hop downhill, turn that in. All right, so how are we doing? Looks like I'm back on track. Okay, so what I usually do is I come over here, talk to the provisioner.
Hello, hello.
And then I take care of this
A fine day
quest.
to ya.
Because these guys are all right here.
Oh, there.
A fine day to ye.
Oops.
Oh, there.
And then the final guy pops up.
A fine day to ye.
Okay, cool. And now I'm going to grab some leeks. Now I should be in turn-in mode. So I start here and I turn into her.
How do you do?
Get an extra pie. Oh, so hey, we might as well do that while we're here. Because this is my main character, so this is the one who is consuming all the pies. So this is for a deed. So we consume a pie, and then a guy's going to come running up. Here we go. The hungry
A
Hobbit.
fine day to ya.
And it's like a 5-minute cooldown before I can eat the next pie. So if I'm trying to do 75 of them, I think before I did a calculation, it's like 6 hours. So, yeah. We've got a little bit of time to work on that one. Now, I could have mounted up and probably should have. In fact, maybe I will. while I'm
Always
talking
more
to her.
work that needs doing.
Oh, interesting. Then the Hobbit went away. That's okay. I do find them a little weird. Like, I don't know. They're funny, but, you know.
How do you
Oh,
do?
he's back. I sure love bacon. That's fine. Oh, good. I leveled. Yay. All right. Cool. I'm up to 156. Just 4 more levels. Get back to max. All right. So then we have a
How do you do?
turn into her. And then the wrapper is done because I've done all the other ones.
Hello, hello.
So we turn into her. Oh, this is a special one. Gardener's Treasure. So let me show you this one. So to get here, originally we talked to a guy over in the Bree Festival grounds. And he told us about this festival, but he doesn't have a chance to get out here. But he was like, you know, hey, if you're in the area, you should go check it out. So we came here, and I think he was like excited about like the tulip bulbs and stuff like that, or the daffodils. But he's not going to have a chance to get out here. So, and so we told her about
Oh,
this.
there.
So she says, I can't begin to tell you how much help you've been for the past week. I've had so many worries going into this year's festival. I was getting crushed by them, I was. And then you came along, all proper helpful, taking much of the load off. I wanted to give you a special gift. So this is only after I have done this like 7 times. She says, I have a pot of daffodil bulbs. An old gamer told me that it's good luck to give plants as gifts. It is. So you can go ahead and take them and do whatever you want with them. They're yours now. They are. And thank you for all your help. Okay. So I accept this quest. And the daffodil bulbs are right next to her. So I'm going to pick those up. And now my quest says to think. Think about what to do with the bulbs. So I think you remember Hubert Larch. So now my quest says give the daffodil bulbs to Hubert Larch in Breeland. So we're going to head back to Bree because we are done here. So now we're heading over to the Breeland Festival grounds. And you know what I think I might do? Because I want to make sure I get through those pies over time. So I was just thinking maybe I will put them on a bar. You know what? I got room on my attacky bar. Maybe I'll just do it there. All right, so where's that? Here they are. Yeah. So that'll hopefully remind me to, you know, do a pie. And then I should have more. You know, I'm just going to grab them real quick while it's on my mind. Where is the pie? Yeah, these. Okay, so I've got 28 here that my alts have popped in there for me, which is also really handy. So now I have 32 that I'm working on. Oh, hey, here's Hubert Larch. So, here's our friend. So Gardener's Lament was the original one. So now this is a Gardener's Treasure.
How can I be of service?
And he says, hello again. You went to Clegur for Daffodil Days? Did you truly? You tell Hubert of your time spent in Clegur. How delightful. I hope I can go there myself someday, maybe next year. You give the daffodil bulbs to Hubert to cheer him up. For me, really, I'm dumbfounded. What an incredible gift. Thank you, Rosabloom. Thank you indeed. You have made my day. I will make sure they are well cared for. And then we turn that in. And that actually counts as a festival activity as well. So that's handy. Now, if you are in a hurry, what I've been doing is, oops, jumping in the water, is coming over here to Arn and do the Pretty Parched Partygoers, because it also gives you virtue experience, which is really nice. Hello, Pantsman, welcome. So we're doing the end of a festival run with this character, but I'm going to go ahead and pop over to another character once I'm done with this one, and we'll do the full festival run through over in Clegur from the beginning, because I was partway through with this character and forgotten I had done that. Well, I guess I'd only gotten a few steps in, but it seemed like I was further in. Honestly, doing the stuff in Clegur doesn't take that long, which is great, because I love how the quests are kind of how they touch each other, and it feels, yeah, I don't know, it feels nice and cozy. I like it. Good morning, evening, time zone. How goes it? As the question. Yes, it is actually evening here. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. I guess it's not evening then. I'm used to starting at 5:30, but with the time changing, I keep it to my stream to server time, which is, so I start at 11:30 server time, which is normally 5:30 for me, but right now that is 4:30. So there we go. I got my virtue experience, which is nice. Now I have actually done 10 festival quests for today. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this in, and then we can go ahead and switch over to somebody else. Okay. Now, yeah, I was mentioning that I have almost 2 a.m. there for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm surprised you're still up, but thanks for popping in. I assume you won't be here that long, but you're welcome to stick around. It's pretty chill, so we shouldn't keep you too awake, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so I have other characters that are doing the landscape difficulty, and I was thinking that maybe not everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and show people what I'm talking about real quick. So the closest one to here is over at the Prancing Pony, so I'm just going to run over there. There's probably faster if I just travel to Thorns Hall, but I can just run over here. This is also fine. No problemo. Oh, Kato is awake. She is also nearby. But I think they're both off camera, right? Like, yeah, she's way over here. Oh, sorry, babe. Surprise. Yep, they're neither of them on camera. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Okay, so this guy, this hardened traveler, has the difficulty Paths of Valor. So when you click on him, it shows you all the different levels from difficulty 0, normal, all the way through to difficulty 9, which is heroic. I am currently on difficulty 3, fearless, with this character, which means things are a little bit harder, but you get more, I don't know, you have the possibility of earning these tokens, which you need in order, these tokens of heroism.
Would you do something for me?
So when you defeat things, you earn tokens of heroism, and then you can bring them over to him and turn them in.
How can I be of service?
And he gives you increased reputation with his Path of Valor, and then he also gives you heroes marks. So what you can do with that is then scroll down to where you can barter with him.
Greetings.
And you have to be of a certain reputation level in order to get some of the lower. So the further you go, the more reputation you have to have. And so, like, if I look at the barter, it says your standing is too low. Bom, bom, bom. So sad. So, oh, Pantsman says, I have an unpredictable sleeping pattern, so I could be here for an hour. I could be here for the whole stream. Who knows? Awesome. Well, feel free to stick around. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some more festival because it's festival time. Okay, so this Paths of Valor guy, what he sells is, well, basically what you're after is the stuff below everything from here on down, because these are epic emotes. That's what people are really after. So it's not like special gear or anything like that. It's epic emotes. And it's basically the same as a regular emote, but there's some epic aspect to it. Sure, if I look at like the emotes, let's look at epic. So like epic coin flip, I wonder if it'll show you. I think it shows you whether it's heads or tails over your head. Hero pose, see how you're really super shiny. So like, let me show you hero. So regular hero pose is like this. So you're just standing there with the thing over your head. I mean, looks cool. But the epic version, yeah, you've got like this light shining on you and your sword's kind of sparkly and stuff like that. So that's the difference between the regular emotes and then the epic versions of the emotes. Let's see, what's another one? Epic lecture, I think. Yeah. I think it shows things over your head. I guess that's not a good example. Here's the epic shiver. So you've got like snow and stuff coming off of you. Epic succumb has the purple all around you. Epic roar, you roar out red and pink. Epic resist, you have little chains that, yeah, then it has some big sparkles as it goes around you. Epic salute, yeah, your sword kind of goes, it's like all sparkly. It's got a lot of stuff going on with it. So those are the things you can get from this guy. And then, so you want to do the tasks, so you can turn in the tasks to get reputation with him. And then you use that reputation to, once you get reputation high enough, you can use the tokens to, that he gives you to buy these emotes from him. Now you can also spend the tokens that you've got to buy Paths of Valor. It gives you reputation with him. So you can buy reputation from him to get reputation with him. It's kind of funny. There's also some morale potions and power potions that you can get from him. And then this elixir of heroism basically means you're more likely to get these the coin drops that you need in order to give him stuff. Now, another couple things. So that's just some of the regular stuff that you get with this, with doing it, with being on a Path of Valor. You know, the interactions you can do with this guy. Oh, another fun thing is the tokens that you get, these barter tokens. So these heroes marks. I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, maybe it's not the heroes marks. Let me double check. No, the heroes marks. Yeah, those are shared across all your characters on this server. And then the tokens of heroism are also shared across all your characters. Now you do have a limit of 60 on those. So as you're accumulating them, you'll want to come and do the weekly task if you can. Now there's actually 3 tasks you can do with him: tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 1 is your best value. It's basically you turn in 10 tokens and you get, 5 or whatever from him. Tier 2, you turn in more, but you get less per coin. And then tier 3 you can also do, but you again get less per coin. So, because like the first one you give them 10, the second one you give them 20, and the third one you give them 30. But if you are maxed out, just do all 3 tasks, boom, 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 and now you're empty again. And they reset on Thursdays, I think, because that says a day and 10 hours. So I think it resets every Thursday, the tasks. So, so if you're working on it, it's best to just do the tier 1 version of the task every week if you have the tokens sitting around. So if you're on the difficulty track, then when you defeat an enemy on level or near your level, you have a possibility of earning those tokens that you then bring to him. So it's really good to be on the difficulty slider if you think you're going to be out and you want to accumulate those tokens, but it does make things harder. So it's a mixed bag there. Okay, so that's just kind of the basics. I keep seeing these wings over here, like out of the corner of my eyes. Like, what's going on? Oh, hey, I think it's pie time. Oh, hang on. I'm already interacting with another NPC. Cool. Eating a pie. Excellent. Okay. Oh my gosh, he comes even though I'm on a horse. Or a pony. Oh well. But can he keep up? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, so another thing with the hardened traveler. If you are on the path of valor with him, so if you pick one of these quests and you stick with it, you can earn titles. Now, you have to have picked up the difficulty by the time you turn level 11. So level 10 or below, you're still able to pick up the quest and work on the titles. And you have to be, if you pick difficulty 1 or above, there is a title that you can get at level 50, and then another title that you get at level 130, I think it is. Yeah, 130. The other thing, though, is if you go on level 3 or above, there's a second title. So when you get to level 50, you earn 2 titles, and then when you get to level 50, and then 130, you earn an additional 2 titles. So it gives you an additional set of titles that you can earn. So you want to, if you want those titles, because there is a deed associated with each one, and the deed is basically you get a title. But if you are a deed completionist person, that might be something you want to do. You'll want to pick up difficulty 3 and stay on that or higher for the entire time. Now, you can move up. I could be like, oh, I'm going to play on, Fearless +3 for a little while, whatever. So you can move around. You're like, I'm going to go on Heroic because I'm just curious how that is. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, I die every 2 steps. I think I'm going to go back down a little bit. So you can move around in all of this. But as long as you stay at level 3, difficulty 3 or higher, you're good. If you drop down to 2 or 1 or 0, you will lose the opportunity to earn those titles. It's gone, and you cannot get it back. So just something to remember. Now, I am not working on the titles with this character. The difficulty this difficulty path came out well after this character had been around, and she was definitely past level 11. So she didn't have the opportunity to get on that path to earn the titles. Oh, and the other thing I was going to mention, earning those titles, every class has a different title. So let's see if I can remember what they are. Title. I think it's under D. Yeah. So like Adept of Song, that's one of the 130 ones because I finished with my minstrel. I got to 130 with a minstrel who was on the path. Let's see. So Apprentice is, I believe, the 50 if you're on just anywhere on the difficulty. So I have Apprentice of Arms, banners, bows, claws, fists, runes, scrolls, shadows, shields, song. So there's 10 different titles there. So there must be 10 different classes. Oh no, swordplay. Did I miss that? 11. So there's 11. That sounds more right. And then the next one is, what is it? No, not Defender. Disciple. I think Disciple is the higher level, or the higher difficulty level, and these would be the level 50 ones. So no, I got Apprentice of whatever, so Apprentice of Shields, then I got Disciple of all of those things, so Shields and Song and all that. And then, what's the other one? Master. So master of whatever, and then adept. I'm pretty sure those would be the 130 ones, and one of those is the lower difficulty, and I think adept is the lower difficulty, and master was the higher difficulty. So I'm working on getting one of each class up to level 130 while on this difficulty in order to get every single one of those titles, because that's something I'm trying to do. So, but this character, she doesn't have that, not worried about that with her, but I do want to get her again to back up to cap level, because then I can do the missions with the delving part added on, and I do enjoy doing that with her. So I think I'm gonna leave her out here at the festival grounds. Oh, can I do a pie? Hey, let's do a pie. And then I'm curious, before I was curious, if, so this Hobbit's gonna come running in from, there he is. Can he keep up with me if I'm running? Well, he's sure trying, isn't he? Look at that guy run. Yeah, it's just like having a cosmetic pet that gets stuck out. Okay. I was curious. Oh, funny. And then I get off, he's right here next to me. Hello. Speedy Hobbit looks like he's food motivated. Yes, he's very food motivated, just like our cats. Okay, so I'm going to switch off of Rose here. And we're going to go to one of my other characters who's working on the difficulty slider, because I want to get all my characters up to 130 so I can get all of those titles. And then they're going to basically go into storage. So, okay, I know Sylphie is one of my characters who's working on that. So she's a rune keeper. So she's my rune keeper that will be getting there. I also had a warden in the list there. We'll see. So Pantsman said, to be fair, Wit Hobbit isn't food motivated. I mean, I feel very food motivated at times, so yeah, can relate. Yeah. Funny. Speaking of, Mr. Food related here, motivated next to me, just stretched out in his sleep and caught his paw in the blanket that he's laying on, but I don't think he noticed. He is pretty zonked out. Okay, so I have left her, Sylphie here, in Clegur. So we're, in the zone, as it were, and everything is in this range. So we've got, like, the mayor is up there. We've got a handful of quests to pick up through here. We've got quests over there and up the hill over here. We've got a quest over here we're going to pick up, which then sends us over to the lake to pick up buckets of water so we can water these patches of flowers. And then lastly, we're also going to head up to the farm over there and interact a few times. There are a few little, there's like basically one kind of excursion where we go off over that hill for a short period to go interact with somebody, but that's the only time we really go over there. So most of what we're doing is all right in this area. Oh, Mr. Rosh says, I love cats. Cats are the best. I love cats too. We have two of them happily snoozing nearby. Very happily snoozing. Like, they are passed out at the moment, which is very, very cute. Yeah. Every so often there's a stretch from somebody next to me here, and that's just too cute. All right. So let's start at the beginning with Sylphie here. So we're going to pick up, there is a Daffodil Days daily wrapper, and we're going to pick that up from her. And she says basically go and do these 8 quests. So all 8 of those are right here in the area, and in fact one of them is from her.
Oh, there.
So that's quest number 1, which is pick some daffodils, and then we're going to put those daffodils into these planters. So we're going to go and pick 8 daffodils, and then we're going to plant a bunch of daffodils. replant
How
them.
do you do?
All right, she wants to promote the pies, so she wants people to come and get pies from her and basically compensate her for the cost of making the pies. So we're giving flyers to people, to hobbits that are visiting the area. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple daffodils on my way around because I want to get started on putting those daffodils in those planters. So I'm going to grab daffodils as I'm, you know, picking up things, doing things, and so forth. And then we're going to go ahead and give a flyer to every hobbit that I can give one to as we're also wandering around here. Yeah, before it says it might be time to bring back the cat cam and point it at the cushion next to me. Yeah, I know, right? I think that might be something we could work on maybe like in April and start getting the cat cam because they do tend to sit. I've gone ahead and put a couch here instead of a chair because they really enjoy cuddling up here next to me. So it might be time to go ahead and have a cat cam focus just directly at the couch. I did have one previously when Cato was sleeping on my desk, but things got rearranged and she stopped, her habits changed and so forth. So yeah, but maybe time. Okay, so there's a quest here with this guy where there's a tween, basically, troublesome tween. The troublesome tweens have come and nicked their instruments and run off with them. So, all right, I'm gonna grab some more daffodils on my way. Now, I want to go up this hill and talk to the mayor, but I'm gonna just do a couple quick things on my way. I'm gonna go ahead and interact with her. She would like some daffodil bulbs, but the locals are like, I don't know about that business, about selling our bulbs to people from out of town. But she's like, well, maybe you can talk to somebody locally and see what they will do for me. Because she's like, I think I kind of annoyed one of the locals. So we're going to help her out. So now we've gone up the hill and we've got 4 things we want to do up here. I'm going to grab another daffodil. And I'm going to give a flyer. And I found a fiddle. And I want to interact with the mayor. Oh, 5 things, because I know there's a planter too. Forgot about that. Yeah, before it says, yeah, chances are good there's a cat next to you or behind you on any given stream. These days, absolutely. Yeah, and today both. Well, not directly behind me, but behind me on the other side of the couch. Okay, Malmadog is the mayor. And he has been given the task to put up some banners for Daffodil Days, but he would prefer to delegate that task. So, sure. We will pick up the banners and find places around town, like in front of his place, to place down a banner. Yay! And last week, when the festival started, these banners weren't quite done, I guess. So there were like different banners that were a placeholder, and they were like war banners or something. So I'm very glad that they've got that fixed and now they're daffodils. Much better. All right, so now we're going to wander back down this hill. And now we have some places to place some banners. So we're going to do a couple of those. And now we're going to talk to this lady about maybe getting some bulbs for that other woman. And she says, well, sure, but find out what's the, I'll trade you bulbs for information. So, okay, so we got to go get some information from a guy from the farmer because he makes really tasty carrots. And she wants to know, how does he do it? What's his secret? So we're going to go find out for her. Now, this lady has a bunch of kids, and there was a quest to go find all of her kids and tell them to come back home to eat. I went ahead and did that quest, so it's out of the way. So when I interact with her, I just have this one quest that's the festival one that pops up. And this one is, what is it going on here? Oh, we need to, she wants to make a stew, basically a call. A simple and hearty soup with meat that melts in your mouth and tender root vegetables that are sweet as sugar. So she needs to get her pot going, but she doesn't have the ingredients. Her kids aren't around to do the errands for her, so she's like, can you take care of it? So the butcher has the lamb meat for her. Gloron, the farmer, has the carrots and potatoes, and then she needs some leeks from the provisioner. So the provisioner's assistant. Oh, before I go down the hill, I don't mean to go down the hill. What I really want to do when I'm done talking to her is I want to jump down here because there's a planter, but more importantly, there's the bodhrán, the drum. So we're going to pick that up on our way to the butcher shop. Somebody is snoring. I think it's her.
A fine day.
All right, so we're
to eat.
picking up the package of lamb meat for the family feast.
Hello,
We
hello.
also, though, he has a quest for us, which is basically lots of people have requested meat for their stews also, but he doesn't have time to both prep the meat and deliver it, so he asks us to do that for him. So we've picked up the meat that we're going to deliver to a whole bunch of people as well. Now, there is a planter next to me here when I come out the door, so that is an option. Sometimes I do it when I'm watering the daffodils nearby, though. So it can be a little bit of either. Another good place for a banner. And another planter. So we're going to do that. So now this is the lady who's got a couple things going on. First of all, we're going to give her her
What's your age,
meat package. And then
Hello
she
there.
has a quest for us, which is that she wants the daffodil. She wants to make sure that the daffodils that are laying around are looking in good shape for all the visitors. So she wants us to go and do some watering around town. All right, and this guy, we're going to give him a flyer. And now we're going to go looking for the water buckets. And they are down here. Now, because I've just picked up the quest, it's like you have to go find the water buckets. So now I have found them. In the future, as I'm coming, so now it waits to, it won't show them to me until I'm really close by. So, but now as I'm continuing to do the quest, it will show them to me as soon as they pop up. So, for example, now so you can see they're already there. They're already in place. So I can actually target one from far away, and then it draws me there. Now, I only do that, well, or I won't only grab one if there's no line. Because the buckets only reappear 2 at a time, if there's a lot of people, it can be, you know, a little crazy. So now this person wanted a flyer also, or got a flyer. So I gave her a flyer while I was watering her these daffodils. And also I will do that planter if I haven't already when I come over here. Now, I saw a bunch of people running over there. Oh, but they must have grabbed buckets and run off. So what's been happening is there's sometimes a line of people waiting to get buckets. Hi. How you doing, bud? Yeah? Okay. Casper is briefly awake again. Before says, I do appreciate they got a stretched too thin quest in. So this is the watering, by the way, next to the stable master. Oh, phooey. You know what I didn't do? I didn't pick up the Spring Festival wrapper.
Stay. and
Thankfully,
have
we
some
haven't finished any quests yet. So don't forget to get that. I did that again the other day, too, and I did like 4 or 5 quests, and I was like, oh, I forgot to get the wrapper. It's because he's kind of tucked back there. I miss it. But yeah, you can pick up the wrapper from the guy from Sergeant Tom over in Bree, or from the Spring Festival vendor, Rudamer Hurtle, also here. Okay, so this was, I just watered this, and while I was here, I went ahead and did a planter and did a banner. So we were able to do both of those. Now we can't interact with the provisioner's assistant yet to get those leeks. We have to get the other ingredients first. But hey, there's another planter on our way, so we'll go ahead and do that. Anyway, before I was saying that the stretched too thin quest, it's cool that there is one about that, but it's too bad it's not about butter. Makes sense. Okay, so now we're going to go pick up bucket number 4. Doop-a-doop. And this one's a little further out. This one goes to, so basically it's like you do each one of these buckets. It takes you kind of on a similar route, and you just go a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further. So we just did this one here. So now we're going to go past that. We're going to go over here. Now we're going to do cute little trick. We're going to go next to the fence here, and that catches the water, the watering cue. And then I'm going to go and pick up these bagpipes first. And if I was still doing planters, I would do a planter there. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount up. This is something that before and I have been working on kind of what's the most efficient way to do these quests. So stretch too thin goes to her, so we give her the meat. Hi, buddy. It's a Casper walking by. What's up? No. Did you have a nice tasty meal? You can come lay back down? Yeah. Hey, how's it going? It is definitely spring-like around here with more activity happening outside. Although it's been chilly again. Keep getting warm and then chilly and then warm and then chilly, so it's getting chillier again. So the cats aren't outside quite as much, but there's definitely activity outside. Keeps their attention. Doesn't it? Yes, it does. Alright, so while I'm mounted up, I'm going to go ahead and talk to this visiting hobbit. I'm going to drop off that guy. Drop off that flyer. And then we're going to come around here. We're going to skip the flute for just a second. And we're going to go ahead instead over and drop off the meat package to her. And then go around to pick up the flute. Because the flute, picking it up is going to, I'm going to be dismounted. So I might as well do that. And then I just have to mount up once. Now, if there was also a planter, if I still hadn't finished that, I also have a planter there I can do. So now we're heading back, and we're going to do our last bucket of water and do our last watering. And I kind of cut through those two. I haven't found a more efficient way to get through. There's a lot of little choke points around here as you're running around. One of them over by that loot, and one of them there. Now, I want to get to the farm, which is way up there. So the easiest way I have found is I just cut around that and then jump over this fence. And then just make my way up the hillside. Now here's where before and I have diverged a little bit. He will often jump inside and do the watering from inside the fence, just like we did over with the other lady. But either way, you do have to jump over the fence at some point. And I am not as good at jumping over fences as some people. So if I'm coming up from that way, if I try to jump over the fence, I'm jumping uphill, which is more of a challenge. Maybe you can catch it in here. It's not too bad, but once you get past some of this, it's a little bit like you're jumping uphill, and that can be challenging. So if I am feeling like, hey, my jumping's not going too great, I'm just going to wait, water the flowers, and then jump in from that side. Because here I'm jumping in kind of level or downhill, and it's more effective. Okay, so we've asked him to give us the vegetables for the one woman's stew for her call. But he has 2 other quests for us, so we're going to go ahead and interact with him 2 more times. So Flower Envy, he has a quest that is... Oh, sorry. This is the quest from the lady who wants to know why his carrots are so tasty. What's the secret? So he says, all right, you're trading her information for her bulbs, then I would like a trade as well. I have seen those tiny daffodil banners stuck around the village, and I find myself wondering why I didn't get one. I'm only saying. And so he's like, basically, get me a banner and put it by my barn, and I'll give you the secret. Secret, he says. All right, so we're going to continue that quest.
Hello, hello.
And then stretch too thin, we're delivering the meat to him as well. So let's grab these carrots and these potatoes for the other lady's stew. If I needed a bucket or a planter, there's one right there. And then I do need to go to the other side of the barn here, because there's that troublesome tween, I tell you, who's dropped a loot, hidden a loot back here. So then I'm going to mount up and go into the oblivion over here. It just brings me out to here. And then I want to go up and see the mayor. So I guess this is the most efficient route. Like I said earlier, I'm still working out what's the best route there. But I can sneak through this little piece of the fence, which is great. I appreciate that. All right, so we've got 3 things to interact with for him. Stretch too thin, we know about. That's deliver the meat. We'll go ahead and do that. The top one, Flower Envy, is placing a banner over at the farm. Okay, so we'll go ahead and continue that quest. Basically, he's like, yeah, another banner? Sure, take it. I don't want to deal with these things. And then the middle one that he had was called Springtime's Colors, and that's the one where we put the other banners around town. And he's like, oh, you actually did it. Well, cool. Why don't you go be mayor of some place and you can tell people what to do. So now we're going to go back up to the farm. So I'm coming around the front of the barn this time, not coming around the back like we did before, because we want to place a banner right here at the front of his barn. And that makes him happy. So now we go over and talk to the farmer. And he says, that is lovely. And he says, well, here's my secret. Loose soil, but people tend to give them too much fertilizer. If you fertilize them, the carrots get big and leafy on top, but the root stays small. So don't fertilize them. So he says, I don't know about flowers, but vegetables need to struggle a little bit. It's the struggle that gives them the proper character. Okay, so now we have the secret. Now, I am done watering things. In fact, when I came and did that watering, that was my last one. So I actually want to turn that in. So I'm going to drop down on her roofs and come over here and turn that into her, that we've watered all the daffodils. Yeah, I got another level. So now I'm headed back towards, through all the sprinkles, headed back towards the center of town here, but still have a little bit more to do. We've picked up the meat that we needed, and we've picked up the vegetables. So now it's time to get the leeks. So I interact with the provisioner's assistant, but I'll grab the leeks in a moment. So I'm going back that way.
Hello.
First, I am going to go to all of these musicians who are standing around here. So 4 of them to begin with, and give them their instruments back.
How do you do?
And then the lutenist pops up, and that was the person we interacted with in the first place. So now we can interact with them and give them their loot, and that completes that quest. Now I'm going to grab these leeks while I'm here, because now I'm headed back out here. And what I tend to do is turn in Merriman and get that pie that I'm going to want to give to my other character so she can keep working on that. Then I've got 2 quests with this lady, Stretch Too Thin, you know, delivering the lamb. And then the secret of the Flower Envy. So the secret is to not fertilize them. She's like, are you pulling my leg? Well, so, you know, I did what you did what I asked, so bargain's a bargain. Here's the daffodil bulbs. And so now we can go back to the lady over here and give her the daffodil bulbs. And she says, thank you. Now I have a tendency to mount up here. And then we go up this hill. And we turn in the family feast. So we have all the ingredients, so we can turn that into her. And then we go let the butcher know. So we talk to the butcher, we let him know we've delivered everything. He's like, cool, come back tomorrow, might have more. So now we've done 7 activities, and we know there were 8 for that wrapper. So, here we go. So she had the gift of spring, which was the go pick up daffodils and put them in planters, and we have now done that. So now we have done all 8, which means we can now talk to her again and turn in the wrapper. So she's like, thanks for helping all over town. Very much appreciate it. So now we have done 8 out of 10 of our festival quests. So now the question is, what do we do? Because we want to finish this wrapper with this guy. So we need to come up with 2 more things to do. Now, you could just do 8 every day, you know, and then so basically finish it, you know, every other day. But I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead and get all the way through that. Plus, I still have a bunch of blue bar down here that I'd like to use up. So why not, right? So I'm going to head back over to Bree. Now, some of my characters have different ways of getting to Bree. This character, I had purchased the Return to Lalia's Market, only cost 3 mithril coins, and I played this character a bit off and on through the time since I created her. So it seemed like a good idea, and it has been a great purchase. So there's 2 doors in and out of Lalia's Market. One is right behind you when you port in. So I have a tendency to just go out that one, and then I go ahead and mount up, because then I can go a little faster. There we go. The other door in and out of Lalia's Market is right here. So I could run through Lalia's Market and come out this door. That was another option. So now I'm going to do a little shortcut, because over here is a horse that takes me to the Breeland Festival grounds, just like the one at West Bree. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Well, I mean, we've talked earlier about the this quest. So if you're like the Pretty Parched Partygoers, gives you virtue experience. I'm not really working on this character in terms of getting her out and questing. That's not really my priority with her. With her, I'm just trying to get like get her to 130, so I have all the titles, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just looking for some easy stuff to do, and I don't need to worry about her virtue experience or weaponry or any of that stuff in general. So I have a tendency, especially if I have extra time, I've been coming over here and picking up a handful of quests and running around in the maze, because then I can get 3 quests out of the way, which gets me even further with these characters, and that's handy to me. So I have a tendency to pick up the missing elves, the elves that are missing in the maze, because I know where they are, and reprimanding tweens, because they're all over, so that's, you know, you might run across them. And then the last one I go ahead and pick up is this one, and this is the dire beers. And this one is timed. So I want to pick that one up last because it starts as soon as you pick it up. So you've got 10 minutes to go and find and consume 6 dire beers. Well, here's one. We got lucky. I always love it when that one's right there when we first come in. All right, so that's one. Let's go ahead and clear these. Okay, so now we're in a different part of the maze, but that's okay. So now I'm looking for their dire beer. So I went ahead and did that select and use to see if there's one nearby. And, oh, conveniently there is. Unconveniently, somebody's already drinking it. But I know where I am, and there's an elf nearby. So I'm going to go ahead and have a little chat with her.
How can I be of service?
There we go. So now one of the elves is done. All right, where's our next dire beer? It looks like, did it respawn in that same spot? Nope. Okay. So when you see it through the wall like that, it's in this whole other area, which I've started going to because there doesn't seem to be a lot of competition for these, probably because they're pretty far out of the way and annoying to get to. So so you go past this sign that you might do and go around here. Sometimes there's one right there, which there is in this case, and then there's also one over here. So those will pop up if you're doing like the select and the use. It will show you, if you select it, it's over there, and then if you use it, you try to go towards it, you know, but you're going to end up like going through a wall. Okay, I am at the exit at the back. So now we know where we are. I do not need to be here. Although sometimes you get a tween that comes running out of here, so, you know, that would be convenient. But it does not appear to be happening at this moment. So let's go see if we can find another beer. So that's the one that was here that somebody else was drinking. And again, you see that the one that next to that other one that we just grabbed is available. So we're going to go on over there. This whole festival, I've only seen somebody else back there like once. So it does seem to be a little off the beaten path. A lot of people don't seem to go for it. Oh, but this guy was going to go for it. Or is that possible? Can you be doing dire beers and signs? I suppose you could, but boy, that feels crazy. Because there's like 10 signs. So how would you keep track of which ones you've done? Like the elves is no big deal. There's only 6 of them. Speaking of, here's one.
What can I do for you?
So this is the elf near the beginning. So the entrance is over there, and you come around, and you can come over here. So there's often a dire beer down here. Sadly, there isn't one right now. But the other day, I was doing dire beers, and it placed me here. And so I got up, turned around, and that elf was standing like right here, staring at me. Oh, hey, a terrible tween. Come here. Oop, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here.
Good day.
Hi. So, elf was judging me. Okay, well, I found one elf, so, you know. Is there a beer nearby? Maybe at the entrance. Sometimes there's one right here. Well, if that one is available. Oh, sure, you talked me into it. So what I do sometimes if I come up by that other elf is I'll just go ahead and make my way through to find the other one. Because on that side, so basically the way I kind of think of it, let me pull up Festival Buddy. Let's pull up the map. So the way I think of it with the hedge maze map, let's do, what's it called? Misplaced Companions. So the entrance is here. And so I was drinking the dire beer here, right? And then I woke up from one that was over here. So the way I think of it is there's 3 elves on this side, and there's 3 elves on this side. This one wanders back and forth here. This one wanders back and forth here. This one wanders back and forth here. This one wanders really far up and down here. This one wanders a short amount here, and she just stands where she's at the whole time. So I've already gotten the green one here, and I've gotten the red one there. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll be like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and, you know, run up and see if I can find the orange one while I'm looking for one of those dire beers, for example. Because there is a couple along that route. But where are we? We are near the beginning. So here's the center. So, oh, I don't want to go that way. Oh, it says there's one over this way. Okay. So I'm guessing there's this little cul-de-sac. Yeah, where there's this guy here.
Megovanen.
Awesome. And then we found a dire beer here. Sometimes there's one on the bench. And then sometimes there's one on that bench over there. So there's a possibility of like 3 of them right here. And sometimes like 2 or 3 of them will be visible at the same time. So it's great because if you run over there and somebody else runs over there, well, then you just take one and they take the other and everybody's happy. All right, so now we have one over there. But hey, let's go ahead and talk to this elf.
Megavanen.
This is the elf that only wanders a little bit. And there's often tweens in the area. Although I don't see one right now. Ah, dire beer, perfect. So this is our last one of these. So now we've talked to all 3 of the elves on the one side. So we just need to have the lady who wanders a lot and then the lady who stays still. So those are the last 2 elves we're looking for. And we're going to go ahead and try and find them before we leave. Actually, I think it's this way. Yep. Hey, conveniently, there she is.
What do you need?
Cool. Okay, so now I'm kind of looking for some tweens. And it seems like there's one that just ran by. But I don't know that I'm going to catch him. Yeah, I did not catch him. Too slow. That's okay. The tweens are not necessarily a high priority in the sense that they keep showing up. And as long as not a lot of other people are also doing the tweens, you're likely to find them. So the last elf I want to look for, she's over here in this corner.
Megavonen.
Now, sadly, we have not found any other tweens, though. Although there's a handful of them on the map. So, here's one coming around the corner.
Hello
All
there.
right, cool, thank you. Now, another spawn point for them is right here. It comes out of the bushes. And he jumps down here. And he runs over here. And then he disappears behind her. So that's kind of handy when that guy comes out. But, oh, hey, this one just came by again. Woohoo.
A lovely day,
Cool.
isn't it?
That puts us at 3 out of 4. Surprised this one hasn't popped out while we've been here. Well, we can start working our way back to the front, I guess. Because there is one that comes from the very front. So there's a tween that pops out of the hedge there and comes running this way. So that one's handy to catch sometimes. Who's that one? Oh, we're not going to catch him. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn these quests in because I'm not feeling like dissuaded from doing more quests with this character because I really want to go through that daily bar if I can. So we're going to turn that in, and that gets me some more. Now, some of this bar has been purchased, but I still like, let's go through it. So we got those 2 finished. So I'm like, well, let's go ahead and do another quest while we're here. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I guess we'll do the in-league guy.
Could I take a moment of your time?
So this is another one. There's 2 of the quests where you like go try to find your way out of the maze. This one is first go to the center of the maze. Oh, hey, I think there's a tween right behind me.
Good day.
Excellent. Yeah, that's 4. Done. Hooray. Some of the quests are you can only have one of. There's like a category of them. Maze Masters, I think it is. And then other quests you can have at the same time because they're a different category. So with the in-league one, we have to go to the center, find the keg, and then now we walk out. And if we were needing it, I saw another tween running by, but I think somebody else got him, and it's also fine because we don't need it. We are done with the tweens. I don't know why it is, but I am feeling cold today. Now, I could get to the end of this maze and just turn around and run back through. Because it really takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds to run through here. So I have found the maze exit, and I'm still in. So I have accomplished the quest. So I could just turn around and run back and be like, yep, that's fine. But sometimes I'm like, I'm okay also just having a small break. So I come out and I mount up, and then I just ride around the outside. And if somebody else happens to be doing the same thing, you could go and put yourself on follow. Although I think I have a speedier mount. I do. I think it's funny how the little animals, like, there's something about the way it works here. They all end up, like, right up against the edge of the maze. It's so weird. A whole bunch of them. Anyway, okay, so we have finished this quest.
Hello there.
We're going to pick spring leaves because I don't need an in-league cake. I already got one. And we're going to turn in the tweens.
How can I be of service?
So I still have some more blue bar at the bottom, so I don't mind doing yet another quest. So let's go ahead. Okay, so these ones that say Maze Master on them, we can't have more than one of those at a time. So that's why we had the elves and not like the running through the maze kind of thing. You can have the dire beers, that's its own category, and the tweens, that's its own category. So you can have those concurrently with other things, but a lot of the other ones you can't. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this guy. This guy wants me to post some confusing signs. So I'll show you the route that I take for these signs. And this is, I think, the same route that you'll find in Festival BACuddy II, which is probably why I do this route. So here's number 1. Actually, I could go ahead and bring up the map, but let me change my options because I want the map, I think east is what I want. Let's see. Yeah. So my brain, I think of the map is basically like I came in at the bottom and then I'm doing all this other stuff, even though in the game that's not north. This is not north. North is like over here, but this is fine. So I've just done this one right here, this first sign. So now we're going to go ahead and do the next one, which is right over here. So you can see the pathing is like a lighter color here, and we're following that. So now we're going to enter in this space and go around this corner and go around this corner, and there's a sign right here. So now we want to back up just a little bit to get back on this path. And now we're going to go through and do a little joggity jog. Now another thing you could do is you could go ahead and select it, and it will go ahead and select the next nearest one for you. So I often will do that, and it kind of helps keep me on track. So this is where we had like those 3 different dire beers that could all be nearby. But here we're doing the signpost instead. So we're planting the signpost, and now we're going to back out because we want to go at the end over here to this one. And now we're going to take a little side jaunt to where the elf was, because there's an elf that wanders around over here. There she is. So we're putting a sign kind of near her. And then we kind of go back to where we just were. And we're going to cross over it and keep going, because there's another sign at this crossroads here. And we want to do this one. This is where we went that direction, and there was a couple of beers that people don't generally tend to see. We're going to go the other direction, because now we are starting to trickle down this side. So there's a sign here at this intersection. And then again, there's going to be another one. We're going to do a little wiggle wiggle. Go left and right and left and right. And there's our signpost. And then we just have one more, and that is over near the elf that's kind of standing over by herself. So we go past this elf, who's often in this area, go past him, and then there's our signpost. And the elf lady who's over by herself, she's back in this corner where those 2 people just ran off to. Okay, and now we go back to the beginning. So we have done this, so now we're heading back, and we go around. And now we're going to go past these 2 first signposts that we saw at the beginning. So technically you could wait and do these 2 at the end, especially if you're like, you want to use them as a guidepost on how to get out yourself. That could be handy, but you don't have to. You can do them anytime.
Greetings, traveler.
Cool. Now I do have one more quest over here I haven't done. And what time is it? 12 till. On the hour, the chickens go into the maze. But it is not on the hour. That's 12 minutes away.
Could I speak with you a moment?
So we're going to go and run through here. Now, as soon as we enter, our time starts. And we have 1 minute, because we've already done... He has 3 quests, if you haven't done his before. The first one, he gives you like 5 minutes to get through. And then a second time you do it with him, and he gives you like 2 or 3 minutes, I'm not sure exactly, to get through. Excuse me. And then the third time, he gives you 1 minute to get through. And that's the repeatable one. So that's the one that you can do every day, is this one that allows you to run through in 1 minute. So it took me, what are we down to? Almost 20. So it took me about 40 seconds to run through there. But I'm going to go ahead and run around the outside because it's just simpler. Straight line. Warm up my hands. Don't have to steer, except for going around corners. Excuse me. So if there's any questions about Festival or anything else Lotro related, feel free to drop that in the chat. We can check that out while we're running around here.
Greetings, friend.
But, okay, so we finished with this guy. So at this point, I think we have completed everything in this space that we can. Like, all of these things are done. Actually, we still have to turn in our wrapper. We haven't done that. So let's go do that real quick before I forget about it. Because that would be sad to forget and then the next day log in and think you're picking up the wrapper and you're actually turning it in. I have done that before. It's so sad. All right. But we can turn it into Sergeant Tom, which is great.
What can I do for
Because
you?
he's right here. Boom. So what I have been doing is, as you noticed, I started and I did a series of quests. Well, here, we'll go ahead and just do this real quick while we're here. I did a series of quests over in Clegur, is where I started, because that's where my character was. That's where I left her last night after I was done. So we picked up the festival wrapper over there, but then we were able to turn it in over here. So what I've been doing is then, wherever I turn in the wrapper, that's where I then go ahead and log out. And then I just pick it up from that same place the next day and then kind of do the reverse. So start at the festival ground and then end at Clegur and just leave myself there overnight. So that's kind of the version that I've been doing this year. And it seems to be working out. I think it seems to be a good rhythm to it. Because it doesn't matter where I start. I'm going to do roughly the same quests either way. It's just which order do I do it in. Now you could also do like the shrew stomping, or there's also like there's the horse race up here. This also counts for festival. So if you're like, you know, you just want a quick quest and you're like, well, I'm really good at the horse race, I'll do that. So like,
Would you do
you
something
know, we can
for
go
me?
ahead and do this while we're here. Although recently I've been like, I don't know, glitched out or something when I'm doing the bridges, and so I do keep falling in the water. Maybe it's a me glitch. So as long as you get one of them successfully, you're likely to succeed in the race. And if you get both of them successfully, you definitely should be able to succeed in the race, as long as you don't get caught up on the fences or something. So then you just go through and yay, I won.
Hello there.
Kabam. All right, so let's go turn in that delivering wine quest, because we did just do that. Now, he has another quest, which is Born Aloft at Springtime, and that's the one where you go over there and you interact with these guys and you're like picking up stuff and delivering it and all of that, and then eventually you end up in the Shire, and then you come back and you're interacting with these two, and it's a long quest. At the end you get like 18 leaves though, Spring Festival leaves, so that's nice. But I'm not feeling like I'm low on festival leaves at the moment. I think I'm doing okay in general. So, yeah, let's go ahead and log Sophie out. Let's move on to the next one. So, yeah, I haven't been doing that with most of my characters. But what I have been doing, what I realized is if I go ahead and pick up that quest, then it's out of the way when I'm trying to grab the Deliver Wine quest from him, the Pretty Parched Partygoers. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get Kaylee Fry in here, because she's the next one. And she's a warden, but I don't know how to play warden. So we are using her during festivals to try and get all the experience that she needs. Excuse me, 'cause she's on the difficulty track. So I'm trying to get her up to level 130 so I get those titles. But doing festival quests is great because there's not a lot of combat in festival quests. All right. So we are again here in Clegur. So we're going to pick up our daily wrapper for the Daffodil Days, which is the local thing happening here. And we're going to pick up her quest. And we're going to pick up the quest from the lady across the way.
Day to you.
And then I'm going to go over here and pick up this wrapper quest so I don't forget to do it this time.
Could I take a moment of
Like
your
we
time?
started to last time. Grab some daffodils. Give a flyer to a hobbit. Pick up the quest from the musicians. Grab some more daffodils. 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 And again, I tend to go ahead and grab that one since she's right there. Even though I am going to run by her again in just a moment. Oops. There we go. But now I'm going to run up and see the mayor and do a handful of stuff up here. And I tend to start at the end and work my way forward. You could do it the other way around and then like mount up here and roll out. That might be a more efficient way to do it. I don't know. All right, and then we're going to talk to the mayor. Now, we did not get enough daffodils yet, so we can't put some in that planter of his. We're still short on getting some daffodils because we didn't run around behind Pie Lady and get a couple. Because we do need, how many daffodils still? 2 more, yep. But we can go ahead and place some banner. Place another banner. Pick up the quest from her, or continue the quest, I mean. Now, we can, however, grab a daffodil here, and grab a daffodil here on our way up the hill to see this lady, which means now the planter behind her is available for me to put some flowers in. And that planter is also ready for me. There's actually one on that road we were just on, but because I went ahead and dropped down here, I'm not gonna get that one, but there are plenty, so it's not a problem. So again, we have our 2 quests from this guy.
A fine day to ye.
Well, one is a continuation and one is a new quest. So we're going good there. Oh, right, and we have this planter here, which, again, I could do now, or I could do it when I'm watering the stuff there and interacting with that hobbit. So there's lots of options. That is one of the nice things I really am liking about this new festival area is it doesn't, I mean, some things it does seem like, okay, you need to get that specific one, like picking up quests for sure. And giving the flyers to the visiting hobbits. It's possible there's only 5 of them. I should ask before next time he's available. So see how the buckets aren't available? Now I'm close. They are, because this is the first time I'm interacting with them, because I've just picked up the quest. But from now on, the buckets will be available from a distance. Hey, B4. When you're giving the pie flyers to various people around town, are there only 5 hobbits? Okay. So that one is exactly what it asks you for in the quest. Cool. Thank you. So pies, flyers to the hobbits. So like I have to give one to this hobbit right here. But I do it while I'm watering. And the watering locations are very specific. But everything else, I mean, a lot of the other stuff, you've got options. Like where you place the banners, there's multiple, more than you need, more locations than you need. Picking up the daffodils, there's more locations for of those than you need. Placing in planters, there's more planters than you need. So it's really nice. You've got some really nice options there. Yeah, let's go and take names off. There's a lot of people here. Now, I've already done that, but here's a place to place a banner. And here's the planter. So we'll go ahead and do that. The only problem with having names off is those don't show up, but as obviously. But I know where they are because we've done this a few times. B4 did a test the other day and was able to do all of the stuff in Clegur in like 8 or 9 minutes, I think. 9 minutes, yeah. So that's pretty good. Now, I don't feel like I'm standing in line for this person. That person's been there for a while. So I don't think they're worried about me grabbing a bucket. Oh, Kaylee's not walking. Hang on. Let's see. Emotes. Oops. Hang on. I got stuck. Okay. Hang on a second. We're going to move Whimsy. Put that out here. Okay. I think it won't. I have to be not carrying a bucket. Then it'll kick in. Oh, I forgot I was going to do the thing where I'm on the other side of the fence. Oh well. Okay, but we're going to do that, and then we're going to do the planter. I'm going to turn on Whimsy. Now we're going to mount up. And turn that into her. Give a flyer to this guy. Come down here and give her her package of meat.
What do you need?
And theoretically, you can make the jump from the other side. Hey, Skigosi says good evening and to me and before. Good evening, Skigosi. How's it going? So I'm going to jump back up on a mount. I do love how there's a sleeping cat up there. That makes me happy. All right. So then, we need to go get our last watering bucket. So again, I have a tendency to just kind of jump through here. All right. I see a lot more activity over here. So we could have a line for the water buckets. So what you do is like that person has one. I don't know why they're standing still and not going anywhere. There we go. So a lot of times if you have one person kind of standing here, one person kind of standing here, they end up picking different water buckets. There we go. I love how she's like skips and kind of half dances while she's running. That's what happens when you do the Whimsy walk when you're carrying something, like carrying a bucket. I find that you end up looking like this. I think it's really funny. It's like skipping, almost. Like a half skip, half dance. All right, then we're going to jump the fence. And we would like to get the vegetables for the feast. We want to get him a banner.
Hello.
And we've delivered the ordered lamb to him as well. All right, so now we're going to go find the loot, which is around the other side here as that troublesome tween runs away. All right, and mount back up. Oh, hey, honey. He just put headphones on. Oh, well. All right, we'll go talk to the mayor.
Hello
and get the request for the banner in front of the barn.
Might ye aid me?
We've done all those banners for you. You're
Might
welcome.
ye aid me?
And we've delivered the meat to him for his stew. Oh no, I missed the cut. Missed the jump. Aw, now I have to go around the rocks. Because I'm just going back up the farm. Okay, so now we've placed his banner. And now he'll give us the secret to
How do you do?
vegetables, which is don't fertilize them, let them struggle. And now we hop down here, turn this one in.
Might you aid me?
And now we're basically in turning in mode. So we're going to go drop off the stuff to the musicians. Let's see if I can scoot out.
Oh, there.
Oh, there.
So theoretically, you can stand in one
Hello,
place
hello.
and interact with
Oh,
all of
there.
them, which is
Hello,
fantastic.
hello.
All right, we have the
A
provisioner's
fine day to
assistant
eat.
who's going to set us up with some leeks. We're gonna get a pie from this lady
Hello, hello.
and some virtue experience, because why not? And we're gonna tell her the secret,
Oh, there.
and then we're also going
How do you
to
do?
deliver her lamb. And then there's the daffodil bulbs to give to this lady.
Welcome, friend.
All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and jump up here. And we're going to turn in the quest to her so she can
Always
get
more
started on
work that
her
needs doing.
meal. And then we'll go to the butcher shop and let him know we've delivered
Hello,
all
hello.
the meat that he requested to be delivered. And then we are at 7 out of 10, so we know we are ready to turn in the last
How do
one
you
to
do?
her, which then kicks in the wrapper, which means we can turn in the
there.
wrapper to her, and that's done. So then we just, again, need 2 more things. So this is where I get myself to Bree, but this character does not have travel to Bree directly. So, ooh, excuse me. So what I've been doing is popping over to my house. So I'm in the neighborhood because there is a far-ranging stable master in the neighborhood. And he can send me to Bree. In fact, not only Bree, he can send me directly to the Breeland Festival grounds, which is handy because that's exactly where I'm trying to go. Okay, so now that I'm here, I need 2 more quests. So again, I could, deliver the wine to the tables, that sort of thing. But again, I still have some daily extra experience. So I'm like, I might as well do a little extra if I have the time, and I do. So I'm picking up
Would you do
those 3
something for
quests.
me?
And so because I have the Maze Master finding the elves from her, I can't pick up the race. I cannot pick up the signs and so forth. Oh. All right, there we go. So now I'm looking for dire beers again. Oh, hey, convenient. Doop-doop-doo. All right, where's the next one? Oh, look at that. That was very nice. The game was being very kind to me. Now, occasionally I end up somewhere where I find a dire beer and then like an elf walks by or a tween walks by or something like that. And you can click on them. Just make sure your character doesn't turn away from the dire beer by the time that you're finishing it, because you need to be facing the beer when you finish it. But what you can do, what I've discovered that I can do, is be like, oh, okay, here's a beer. Let's see if anybody goes by. Unfortunately, she's too far away. But if she was walking within range of me here, or like a tween or something, I can click on them. And if I can get the continue button clicked quick enough before I pass out, then it still counts. So that's kind of fun. Let's see, is anybody drinking that one? Apparently not. So, like, I'm gonna... Oops. Oh, dang it. Now I gotta go back and start all that over again. But if he was just a little bit closer, I could have clicked on him and then turned back to the beer, and then the window would pop up when I finished the beer, and then I could click on it real fast. Same thing happens with tweens. If you can get it fast enough, it counts. All right, I'm already at 5 out of 6. That's fantastic. I think that's our middle elf. Yeah, that's our middle guy. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we've gotten the one in the far corner, and we've gotten the middle one on this side in terms of elves. And those are the only two we've gotten. Okay, so we're going to kind of have to make the whole run, but that's okay. We don't have to actually stop for those two. All right, so where are we? Patch of grass. Okay, I think I know where I am. Yeah, so the end is over there. So there is a wandering elf over here. So we're going to interact with her.
How can I be of service?
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go to the other side. So I kind of consider this like kind of traversing from one side to the other. Just, oh, hey, was that a tween? Wait, come back here.
A lovely day, isn't
Sweet. Got one. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and traverse from this side to that side. So this is where we go by that sign. And then there's also a couple of beers sometimes over there, but we're not going that way. We're going this way. So now we're looking for the elf that's wandering way out here. Looks like she is, yep, pretty far. There we go.
What can I do for you?
All right, so that's that one. And then we've interacted with the one that wanders just a little bit down here. So we don't need to stop and talk to him. Well, he's not even wandering, he's just standing still. But we do need to go in and talk to this lady. Although I'm curious, where's that tween? Oh, that tween is gone. That's where that tween is.
What can I do for you?
Could find me a couple of tweens. Man, they are disappearing as soon as they pop up. People are like on them. Oh, okay, that one's still going. I don't think we can catch it, but we could try. No, didn't catch it. That one's too far. I know. If they're coming toward me, is it this line? Nope, it's on the other side of that hedge. We're not going to catch them. I was because there is one that comes through and then jumps onto that bench, but I think they come straight out of here. So they don't have a long ways to go. That's all right. We'll just leave that one for now. Another thing I've started doing is I only need 2 quests, right? So if I finish the Dire Bears, which I have, and then if I finish with the Elves, which I'm about to, then I can just work on the tweens tomorrow. So that's also fine. Because this guy's the last one I need to find. Oh, chickens are in the maze. Must be that time. Oh, they're in the maze, but they leave in 2 minutes. All right, so we only got 1 tween, but I think we're just going to leave it for tomorrow. Leave that one for tomorrow. Because I can go ahead and turn in the elves.
Greetings to you.
And I can turn
What can
in
I do
that
for you?
one. And I just have a little sliver of the experience bar, extra experience left. So I want to capitalize on that because with VIP, every day you get a little chunk. But it doesn't like give you more if like it only gives you so much every day. It gives you the same amount every day. So it's not so much to lose it, but it just kind of like it doesn't stick around, I guess. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to get another chunk that's like that much. And it's not going to add on if there was any left. It's just going to go from the beginning of where I'm, left off. So, okay, so we are done with her for today. Got her up to 117. Very cool. So I think I'm going to skip over to the next one. And wie is that? I have a spreadsheet. Feldspar! Although it's spelled with a T, because that's the Dutch way. But I pronounce it with an R. I think when I am done streaming, I'm going to turn up the heat. It's chilly in here. My hands are cold. Even my tea is cold. All right, so I think we'll run one more character through. So here she is. So we'll grab our wrapper.
Stay and
Since
have
she's
some
standing
tea.
here, we'll grab the musicians situation. We will grab our wrapper for the daffodils and her quest.
Day to ya.
And we'll grab
How
her
do you do?
quest. Start grabbing some daffodils. It's funny, I had written some lyrics for a song for my Hobbit to perform, and I hadn't performed it in a year or two. But it's a good one about spring. It's about, like, you know, the flowers blooming and stuff like that. And I mentioned the daffodils in the song, and it hadn't occurred to me that I didn't even think about that. And I was like, oh, and then we've got this whole daffodils thing going on over here. So that's fun. Coincidence. All right, and we have not picked up enough daffodils yet to do the banner, but there we go. Or I mean, to do the pot, but we got a banner, and he wouldn't mind having one in front of his place, as long as he doesn't have to put it up. So we'll take care of that for him. Why not? Ooh, nice outfit. And we'll go here. And we'll interact with this lady.
Oh, there.
And we'll jump down and interact with that daffodil. And with that daffodil. And I don't want to go down the hill just yet because I want to get over here. I'll do that planter, but I definitely want to
Hello
talk to
there.
this lady. And then I'm going to fall down the hillside to this planter. Boop. And we're going to find the drum. And then we're going to go place a banner. Talk to the butcher. Pick up his 2 quests. Now he does have a local quest that if you're just questing in the area you could get from him. So that will pop up when you come in here and interact with him. I have, with the characters that I'm running through Festival, gone ahead and done that quest because you go by all the places anyway to pick up. He asks everybody for their weekly order, and they post them outside their doors. So there's like 8 doors that you got to go by, but you pass them as you're doing these other quests anyway. So I went ahead and just did it because I was like, oh, that's fine, it's easy. And same thing with the children from the lady who's putting together her stew, her feast. There's a quest that she has about going and telling her kids that it's time to eat. And again, they're all pretty much in the area nearby. You got to go a little out of your way for some of them, but it's pretty easy to just add into your route. So I've got those 2 done with most of my characters, which is funny because there's apparently a deed for like doing quests in Clegur, and so that counts towards it. So now a bunch of my characters have deeds. Those deeds started that they probably will never finish. All right, so while the emote is finishing, I can actually give her the flyer. So I can get that out of the way, which is nice. And since I hadn't done that planter, I went ahead and did that too. So now we're going to pop over to the stable master. Oh yeah, I went ahead and rearranged my, because I have a lot of icons on the sides over here for my characters. I find that useful rather than having them all in front of me. So what I did for all the characters that are doing festival is I went ahead and set their milestone here. And then if I have a way for them to get to Bree, or however I am getting them to Bree, I have that set. So I've got like milestone is the first icon on the bar, and then how they're getting to Bree is my second milestone on the bar. So that's been really convenient just to have that already preset, figured out, good to go. You know, has made that really easy for remembering, because a lot of times I'm like, oh, where's their travel skill? Oh, I gotta pull out or I use the travel window, which is great. I do love travel window too, but I don't necessarily need it for this situation. I'm just going to 2 places. All right, so again, we're doing the situation where basically we are watering some flowers and go back in another bucket and go a little bit further, go back for another bucket, go a little bit further. So now we're going to do that thing we meant to do last time, which is we stay on this side of the fence and water it. Cool. And then we can do bagpipes. And I'm going to do the planter. And then I'm going to mount up while I turn that into her. And give him a flyer. That one's funny. He's like, why is this piece of paper already written on? What rubbish. All right, give her her package of lamb. Go to the other side. Put some flowers in a planter. And that's the last one of those. Grab the flute. Get out of there. Mount up. Probably could mount up while I'm in there, but you know, it's easy enough. All right, now we're going back for our final bucket of water. Yeah, we haven't had much of a line this day. That's nice. That's been handy. A little bit now and then, but not too bad. So sometimes I've been taking out these like wolves and things that are nearby, because if somebody's running around here with a really low level character, that could be kind of dangerous. On the other hand, I don't think the wolf goes into I don't think it comes in here. So I guess if you jump inside the fence, you're safe.
Oh there. How do you do? Oh there.
Okay, grab the loot. Troublesome tween over here. There he goes. It's funny, if you're grabbing it at the same time, around the same time as somebody else, the tween only runs by once. So you see him go running by sometime if there's somebody else already also heading that way. Oops, went too high. All right.
Mighty aid me.
Continue that one.
Mighty aid me.
Continue that one.
Hello there.
Turn that one into him. Back up the hill. Whoops. Have a banner. Whee! You know what's also fun is sometimes you'll find people that are hanging out here and doing some farming, because this is a farmland. So you can be, you know, working on your farming if you have that as a ability. That's one of your professions. All right, so now we're starting to go around and turn stuff in. So that one's turned in. And we will...
Oh there.
I'm going to go ahead and interact with that guy, and then I'll come back for the leeks. I want to turn
there.
in their instruments.
Oh, there.
Oh,
Hello,
here, I want to show
hello.
you something real quick. So apparently, if you go in, they changed this after the last update. Do you remember last week how the guy was standing here T-posing? Well, now, because that was incorrect. What's supposed to be happening apparently is there's nobody dancing and there's nobody playing because they don't have their instruments. Musicians do not have their instruments, so they can't be playing. So, as you then
How
take
do you
care
do?
of them,
How do you do?
now they have their instruments. So look at that. Now they're playing, and the dance floor is active. And this is the new dance you can get from this festival. It's like, what's it called? Dance River Hobbit? No, that's not right. Stour. That's right. Thank you. I knew it was something Hobbit related. So these are the characters that are sitting outside, and with the instruments that you've gone and collected and given back into them. So there you go. That's kind of fun. A fun little flavor. I'm kind of curious what it's like outside of festival time. But hey, we got some leeks to collect. I guess I'll find out in a few weeks. All right, so we're going to turn that one into her. We're going to continue and work on this quest here.
A fine day to ya. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. All right, we got some stuff for
What
you.
can I do for you?
And turn that one to her. Back down the hill to the butcher shop.
A fine day to ye.
Cool. All right, so we are at 7, right on track. Because then this will be 8.
How do you do?
So now her wrapper is available.
A
Let me
fine
turn that
day
in.
to ya.
And then we just need 2 more to finish off. So we're going to head to Lalia's Market, because this character also has Lalia's Market. It's one of the emotes that we got from one of the things. Whoa! That was fun. Falling through layers. It's kind of fun sometimes when that happens because you can see kind of some of the layering that they do in order to build these spaces, which I find fascinating. Speaking of building, Rivendell housing should be coming out in not too long. I heard that it's going to be on Bulroar probably in the next few weeks. There was an article on Deco de Mio's website, and this was posted in the official Discord, so you can get the link there. But yeah, there's they had an interview with Scenario and Iceman, I believe, was the person,
May go
the other
on.
person who's
Might you
also
spare a moment
working
of your
on
time?
Rivendell housing.
Would you do something
So,
for
and
me?
then they mentioned that, yeah, there'll probably be a
Might I
Bulroar
take a moment
sometime
of your
soon, so
time?
you can go in and kick the tires and such and check it out and see what that looks like. Yeah, so that's exciting. My guess is I've heard something about them targeting bringing it out with the anniversary festival or around that time. So, makes sense. Well, I don't see a dire beer, but I'll go ahead and talk
What
to this
can I do
elf
for you?
because why not? He's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start wandering through like we're going to the second elf. Because sometimes there's a beer there. Wow, we are dire beerless. What do those tires do to you? That's funny.
Make a run.
Okay. Well, how about now? Right, how about now? No? How about now? All right. Well, let's go to the next one. Let's go visit elf number 3. Apparently she's got one. Unless somebody just drank it. I think they did. Oh, wait, hang on. But let me see. Where's the elf? Oh, she's behind me. Oh, there's a beer. Oh. But, I'm right here for the elf.
What do you
All right,
need?
we'll go ahead and interact with her and hope this beer's still here. Yes, Nafuto says, don't forget you can use the delete key to find the dire beer. Yes, that is absolutely what I've been doing. And I moved my buttons around so that, because normally it's delete to select and then U to use, which then like sends you running after it. But I switched mine around so it's delete and then end, which are right next to each other. So it's just like boop, 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 boop. I find that really handy. Yeah, I've done the little thing where it's got the little red dots on the ground to show you the direction of your target. I find that really handy. That is a great in-game setup for me. Let's see how far we run. Oh, you followed my advice and you did that as well. Delete end. I love it. It makes my life so much easier. Oh, hey, here's one. This is way closer. Oh, I did not see that. Snafuto B4 says, I just noticed your comment on Little Redhead's last video. Kind words and very informative. Well, I'll have to take a look. Was it about traveling? About the Spring Festival, how to get to Clegur?
So much stuff.
So much stuff. All right. Wow. Wow, I'll have to take a look. Ooh, ooh, there's a tween some near. Oh, the tween's on the other side of there. Yammer. All right, but we got a dire beer somewhere nearby. It's not this nearby. Oh, it's behind that, I think. Sometimes it's right here. Oh, hey, there is one right here, though. That's convenient. But now that one's on the other side of the hedge, and that's not going to be easy to get to. But this one is going to work. That puts us at 4. Okay, so we need 2 more still. Feels like it always takes me forever to stand up. So even though, and I do that, I do like the select and use to see if it'll start me moving, but still seems like it takes me forever to stand up. All right, well, theoretically, there's one. Oh, yeah, over here. Cool. That's handy. All right, we still have 6 minutes to find another one, so we're doing fine. We're doing really well. And we found all 3 elves on one side. So really, I just need to hang out on the other side of the maze. I don't even need to be on that side. Funny enough, I've started off in the middle. I mean, at the beginning. That was the front door. So we'll go this way. I thought I saw a tween run by. All right. Well, I think, oh, somebody might have gotten the one I was targeting because it went away. Okay. Well, oh, hey, tween.
A lovely day, isn't it?
How can I be of service?
Elf. Hi, elf. And we'll go ahead and do this elf while we're here, just in case a tween comes running out of those
What do you
the
need?
hedge over there, because sometimes they come running out of the bushes. But no, not this time. Okay. Seems like we're all competing for the tweens. No worries. Okay. Oh, hey, hi. Ooh, come back here.
Hello there.
Ho, ho, ho. Nice. I got one. All right. Sometimes there's a beer. Well, sometimes there's one right here. Oh, there's one nearby, though. Is that there? Oh, it is there. Sweet. All right. That'll be 6 for me, then. So then all I have to do is look at this cat who's working on cuddling into my leg. You're being cute there, buddy. Okay, so that one's done. So now I just need to find one more elf. And where did I end up? Okay, there. So I want to go this way and this way. And the last elf we didn't find is the lady who wanders a lot. So we are going to do an F10. And that got me right to her. Fantastic. Okay, so we found all the elves. We've drank a bunch of beers. So that does put me at 10 quests once I turn those in. So we can leave the tweens for tomorrow. See how far I can get today, but I'm not going to worry about finishing it. Oh,
A lovely day, isn't
now
it?
sometimes that guy He's just not jumping out of there. And I didn't get credit for that tween because somebody got it first. Well, that's okay. Before it's getting set up, and I'm hearing the music in Clegur. Do, 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 do. Can't help but hum along.
What do you need?
All right, which, as you all probably know, is that Before will be streaming
Sweetheart,
after me
melon.
today. So I am going to wrap up here pretty soon and pass the baton over to Before. So if you have any last minute questions for me, feel free to put that in the chat, but you are also always welcome to put any Lotro related questions in the chat for Before as well, especially during his stream also. So yeah, so that is running around the festival. We did what? We did Rose, Sylphie, Kaylee, and Feldspar. So we did 4 characters over the 2 hours, and that included chatting. So that's like a character every half hour if you're even just, you know, a little distracted. That ain't too bad. And you could definitely get it done faster than that, I would think, as well. So, yeah, I think that pretty much takes care of everything for me. Oh, next week, I will not be streaming. And neither will Before. We have other plans. So we will be unavailable, for next Tuesday. But we should be back the following Tuesday. Shouldn't be a problem for us to be back the following one. So have a great next festival next week. Feel free to pull up the videos if you need any sort of guidance. And I think actually Before might be going over Festival BACuddy II, where he has made some additions to that, and I think it's about to get released. We're going to do that today, he says. Awesome. So yeah, there's more maps and more all sorts of stuff for the whole new area on Festival BACuddy II. So yeah, should be good. So all good to go? Yes, yay, Festival BACuddy II, says Kokosi. All right, well, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of the festival, because I won't be streaming again until after the festival's over. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the festival without me. And but luckily we'll have anniversary festival together very, very soon. That'll be like 24th or something like that of April. So a few weeks, but still, hopefully soon. So it'll be fun to do that together. All right. Take care, everybody. Stick around for Before, and I will see you in 2 weeks. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.